then I had a funny story. I have to get to the vet, so I don't want to spend too much time, but I wanted to tell you a funny story. I wanted to do this, the day that my father passed. This happened to me the night before my father passed, and I was going to do a really quick video before I drove my husband to his leadership conference. But it's just, I put it on Facebook and people said this is like one for the book. So I wanted to give you a funny story, and then I'm going to try and edit this video. So that morning, that Thursday morning, I was in so much pain. This is funny yet scary. For me, it's scary. And I seriously felt like Buddy was going to need therapy and a chiropractor. Now Buddy was only going once a day. After he got snipped, he's been more regular and uses the pad, thank God, more often. But he was going only once a day. And so I tried to take him to the bathroom a couple of times a day. I don't know why. I've never met an animal that holds their urine all day. Because when you first wake up, you gotta go. Not Buddy. Buddy would wait till the end of the day. So I took him to the bathroom with me so that he would go. And as I was walking into the bathroom, I saw this black almond-shaped thing. And I'm like, dang it, don't tell me that Buddy went on the floor. I thought he did number 2 on the floor. But I'm taking a closer look at it and it starts moving. I'm like, oh no. Now I really had to go to the bathroom already. And my apartment is really small. So the entrance from, is small. It's just, you have the entrance into my bedroom and then the entrance into the bathroom. And the roach was right there. Because it's so small, it was right next to my bed. And it was in that entrance. So now, Juju starts sniffing it. I was like, oh no. And I saw it leap. I've only seen a roach do that once. And I thank God it didn't leap in my face, or I would have needed therapy. I would have been in Hobbiton. I'm serious. I would have just been in a mental hospital. But so this thing leaped. It leaps sideways under my bed. I'm like, oh crap. Then it runs to the door. I'm having a heart attack because there's really no space, nowhere for me to go. And I'm holding Buddy in my arms. And because I want to close the door before I let him out, but before I, let him out of the bathroom, I'm like, I got to get this thing. All I had was a mop. And I'm like, crap, it starts coming towards the bathroom. I'm screaming my head off. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody wakes up. And I pick up the mop. And I'm trying to slam this thing. You know how these things are. Since they have an ectoskeleton, they are resilient. And I'm slamming it and it was stunned. So my husband wakes up. He goes to get the roach spray. But since he's sleeping, half asleep, because he was sleeping on the sofa, he couldn't find the roach spray. He brings me the bed bug spray. And I'm thinking, okay, bed bugs are harder to kill than roaches, so this should work, right? It tried to go underneath. You've seen I have the plastic drawers that you get from Walmart. I tried to go underneath that, which is right by my bed, the bathroom door. And so I'm saturating this thing, and this thing, it comes out and runs into the bathroom. So my husband, I give him the spray. He's trying to get it. I'm still holding Buddy in my arms, by the way. He's still trying to get it. I said, don't let it out of your sight. I run to get the roach spray. So since my husband is half asleep, he still can't, he can't find it. We figured there's a closet door, right there. First thing when you go into the bathroom. So we figured it went in there. And I had just put a little tiny trash can in there full of paper bag, plastic bags, which is what I, clean up after the dogs with. So my daughter wakes up and she she runs to try and help me. And so she's half asleep. My husband's half asleep. So Buddy is still in my arms. And I turn over. I have another garbage can. Since my bathroom is so small, I have another little garbage can, you know, like to throw the rolls in and stuff. So I'm turning that over. I'm thinking the roach is in there. We cannot find that thing. I'm telling Stephanie, because Juju, she's just trying to find this roach. And I'm like, you know, can you please watch them? I have to go to the bathroom so bad. And so I said, I'm trying to get ready for bed. So I said, watch them while at least I can start getting my bed while I brush my teeth and get ready. And I put, this point, we closed the door and I put Buddy down so he'll do his thing on the pads. So I tell my daughter, look, here's the spray. And if it runs out from the closet, you could spray it. But at the same time, please try and keep the dogs away because I don't want to accidentally spray them. But, you know, my daughter's half asleep. My daughter's in a panic. And instead of facing, you know, the closet doors, she's just yelling. She just pretty much has her back, just yelling at the dogs to stay away from the door because Juju wanted that roach. I put Buddy down like I had said. And I was not going to sleep until I killed that roach because I was afraid it would crawl into my bed and into my mouth at night. I'm serious. I will think I'm Galadriel for Lord of the Rings. I'm serious. I will just... So, Buddy, I said, look, you know what? Why don't you just, at this point, I just got to go so bad. I'm like, look, why don't you just take Buddy and put him in. We have a cage for him. We bought a small cage and somebody like threw out a bigger cage. And I put him in there. Paper on one side. His little cage is his bed, you know, a little blanket, so that he'll go on the paper. Why don't you just put him in the cage? So I could just go to the bathroom and then try to find this roach myself. As she's picking him up, he starts peeing mid-air. And if hot pee is going all over my leg. And just a reaction from that, I just start screaming. So my daughter thought that the roach was coming after her. She flips Buddy in the air like every man for himself, runs out the door, and poor Buddy fell flat on his back with a thud. Bang. I was like so scared that he was not going to be able to walk again, that he was going to be paralyzed. I was like, he's going to need Doggie Chiro if there is such a thing. Oh my goodness. Juju starts barking. Now, mind you, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. I was about to go pee. Juju's barking behind the toilet. And my floors, I hate, they chose a brown a vinyl carpeting, whatever, tiles for the floor. And I can't see. And it was camouflaging, and it was behind the toilet where I was about to plant my butt. I'm like, okay, finally we found it. I get Buddy from all the chaos runs. I open up the door. I open the door. He runs next to my husband by the bed, just sits there, doesn't lift his leg, doesn't lift his rump, just sits there in total terror, peeing himself. There's just a big spot forming on the carpet. And my husband's talking zombie talk. Why is he gonna pee on the carpet? Is anybody gonna get any sleep around here? I mean, he was just talking zombie talk. He was just so out of it. So poor Buddy. You know, I pick him up. I put him on the bed with my husband. Stephanie cleans the carpet. And I saturate this roach with like half a can of bug spray because that's how I do. So poor Buddy's completely confused now because I was trying to teach him how to go on the pad, but my daughter picked him up and then he pees on the floor. This dog is probably gonna need therapy because he's like probably so confused. He crawled between my husband's legs and tried to get under the blanket because he was just in sheer terror. Meanwhile, Juju is still trying to get this roach. It's like, are you crazy? This roach is going to kill you. It was saturated in poison. So, I'm flipping out. I'm like, I need to get this dog out of here. I need to clean up this poison. My daughter, this whole time, is yelling and screaming at me because, I made her responsible and she was scared to death and, she didn't know what to do with herself. Meanwhile, Juju's still trying to get at this poison-soaked roach. I went through half a roll. Well, first of all, I put it in the toilet and went through half a roll of toilet paper and half a bottle of cleanser because I was afraid that Juju was gonna, lick it or walk on it and then lick her feet or buddy or whatever. So even after I soaked it with cleaner and after I used half a roll of toilet paper to wipe it down, I still covered all around my toilet bowl paper towels in case they go down, because sometimes they go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And I was just afraid because Juju is still trying to find this dang roach that was in toilet bowl heaven, and she just wouldn't let up. So I was just afraid that she would die from poison. My poor daughter felt so guilty that she hurt Buddy, and I was worried all night that he was going to be paralyzed from that thud on flat on his back. I was like, oh my goodness, I hope he doesn't need doggy chiropractor. I was so scared the whole night. I kept checking on him. My poor daughter's feeling guilty all night. The whole night I was messed up because I still was not satisfied that I cleaned that poison up. That was the night that I went through before my father passed. That was some crazy thing that happened. And when I wrote about it on Facebook, I remember I started writing about it on Facebook, and then I got the bad news, and then after about 2 hours or so, I went back and I finished it, and people are telling me, man, you need to tell YouTube that story. They were saying that was one for the books. So I just wanted to share that craziness. I figure, enough sadness, let me give you a funny story.